here's a story for you guys. For those of you who don't know my whole story. So
Okay.
when I was 24 in the year 2000, I filed bankruptcy. So I joined network marketing in 1999. This was actually right around when I met Nodder. I think I met you in 99, Nodder.
Correct.
Yeah. And so, I got into network marketing, home-based business. I was going to be a millionaire in 6 months because I see
Yes.
the power of this program and this system and this idea and this concept. And so, I'm living on credit cards, quit my job, just, going all in. And then, obviously that didn't happen. Doesn't happen
Hmm.
the first time. No one makes, 99% of people never make money in network marketing, unfortunately, until live good, 30%. But, I believed I was going to make money and didn't happen. So I'm living on credit cards, racked up $42,000 in credit card debt, which was more than, I could pay off. So I filed bankruptcy in 2000, and it was probably the best thing that happened to me from a business perspective, because from that point on, I couldn't have a credit card. Like, no one would approve me for a credit card when I just filed bankruptcy. I couldn't get a loan. I couldn't get a mortgage. I couldn't get a car loan. Like, nothing. Your credit is dead when you file bankruptcy. So from that point, everything was cash. Like, I either had the money to do it or I didn't have the money to do it. There wasn't any other way to do it. And so the first company I launched, we did it on a very small budget, but
Yes.
we were offering high quality services. It was actually called Pro Builder Plus. We talked about picks and shovels last week.
Yes. Yes.
And yeah, so because we had been building, I don't know, should I go into
Come on,
we'll
do it.
save my
Come
full
on. People
story.
want to know. Let's go.
Okay, so here you go. Okay, so I got into network marketing. Met Daughter, that was in a company called One Network.
Yes.
And talk about shadiness and talk about a lot of you guys. This is actually, I'm glad we're talking about this, Nodder, because this is a lesson and a story that a lot of people I think can relate to and need to understand and kind of accept and wake up to. Because I think both of us, including you, Nodder, and you had been in the industry for 10 years, so you have less an excuse than I do. I was brand new, so I didn't know any better. Um, but we followed this guy, Mark
Yep.
Guest. He was the owner of this company, One Network. Drove a red Ferrari, like, good looking dude. He's probably 36-ish, right? Years old when at that time, gave the vibe, the impression that he was very successful, that he knew what he was doing. He was going to build this business, and he'd use big terms like the firm and
Mhm.
it just all. And I remember, like, when we would do events, he'd like, I like good cuisine, like like they'd serve a meal, and it wouldn't be just a meal; it would be cuisine. And I don't know, it was very impressive. And people want to be like him. I'm 22 years old, looking up to him, 23, and thought this guy was cool. And now, like, he's probably filed bankruptcy a few times. I mean, after, like, what, 6 months, Nodder, like,
Yeah.
we'd get our weekly commission checks,
Hmm.
and we'd go, like, Nodder talks about how he used to go to the office. So I lived in San Diego at the time. The office was in Irvine,
Irvine. Yes, sir.
Orange County?
Irvine.
Yeah. So it was like about an hour drive for me to go up there. And I'd go up there mainly, I'd go a couple times a week because I'd be able to work my business using their phones instead of, because at that time, for those of you who weren't around 25 years ago, there were long distance charges. Like, if you dial an area code, you're paying 8 cents a minute or something like that. So it got, and I was dialing every freaking day. Like,
Yep.
no exaggeration, my phone bill was over $400 a month. And that was actually, man, I could go off on all kinds of tangents, but that was another, people would complain that they weren't making money. I'm like, let me see your phone bill. Their phone bill is less than $50. They're not doing anything. If it's less than $100, they still need to do more. My phone bill is over $400 every month. Like, I was working most of the time just to pay that phone bill and my rent. But anyway, so I'd go to the corporate office to use their phone lines,
Hmm.
and, to dial. And I'd be there from like 9 a.m., sometimes 8 a.m., all the way to like 8 p.m., just dialing. And I was making a little bit of money. I mean, I got to like $1,000 a week, a few weeks. No, it wasn't consistent, but
No.
but then, it got to a point where this company was like running out of money, and he'd always have these excuses. He'd tell us $5 million was coming in from investors and all that stuff. And so I would make sure, one of the days that I came up there to do my calls and to work from the corporate office, it would be the payday. So I wouldn't
Yes.
have to wait for the check to get mailed to me. I would literally get handed my paycheck. And
Yes.
we figured out after a little while, after we bounced a couple checks,
Yes.
that we didn't bounce the company, they give us a check, we go to the bank to cash it, and it comes back and it gets reversed. And we're like, Mark, what's going on here, bro? We're working hard for this money and you're bouncing checks. Why is there no money in your bank account? And he's like, oh, don't worry, go on Friday. So, like, we literally time it. So when there was money in there, we'd get it. And so and then it came to a point where as soon as we got that paycheck, like, we were sprinting to the bank to be the first ones to cash it out before he ran out of money and no one else could get theirs. Right? I mean,
Very true.
was,
Very true.
and the weirdest thing about that, as much of a red flag as that
Yeah.
should be, I don't know. I don't know if we thought it was normal, but it's like we kept going. We believed in this idea, this guy, and all his stories and excuses and stuff every week, and just believed that this $5 million and these investors were coming in and this thing was going to be huge. Meanwhile, you know what the product was? It was a $500 one time, $500 portal, basically like a search engine that he was selling for $500, hyping up like it was this super awesome thing. And we're like, because this like internet was pretty fresh back in 2000, so it was 1999, 2000. Anyway, so went from that company to a company called Life Force. We were selling overpriced liquid multivitamin called Body Balance. They had a lot of other products too. Yeah. And these guys there, Brian McMullen, Tim Housden, Corey Citron, and they had a programmer, I think his name was Seth. They built this system called the Concord Group, which was the first power line system in the network marketing industry. And again, I'm brand new. I'm believing everything. I'm super stoked on this whole industry, this idea, this multi-level marketing, this generational income, residual, all this stuff. And so I'm all in regardless, but they're talking about this power line. And so I figured out, wow, this power line actually works. You get some traffic and then, people convert. They see the people coming in under them. They got an opportunity to lock in their spot. They get these emails saying you got a check waiting, and they sign up. And Nodder actually, this was a kind of cool, very fortunate. I signed up with Nodder in one network. Nodder actually signed up under me in Life Force. He was still kind of my mentor, even though he was under me. And I was very thankful for that. He built a big organization, and we both made a lot of money in that company. But from that company, so man, I could go really deep. Anyway, I'll keep it. Yeah, you guys want to know? Here we go. So my wife, at that time she was my girlfriend. We weren't married yet, and I was totally broke, just come off bankruptcy. And she's literally, I'm hiding my car at her house so it didn't get repossessed. Here's another fun story fact. So Mitsubishi had this deal where you could get a brand new Mitsubishi Eclipse with no payments for a year. So again, I'm like, awesome. Like in a year, I'll have millions. Like perfect. So the year comes up. Now I got a $600 car payment that I couldn't pay because I'm paying myself my phone bill. That was before cell phones. Paying my phone bill, my rent. Anyway, so I'm hiding my car at my girlfriend's house. Borrowed money from her actually to get into this company, Life Force. And so in exchange, I built her a position. Yes. And her position was actually one of the top earners in the entire company, the fastest to the Crown Diamond level. So her check was like 25, 30K a month. Mine was like 12. So it was awesome. But anyway, so she had a good friend named Sarah. Sarah's husband was a programmer. His company had just sold. He wasn't doing anything. We used to go on his boat, wakeboarding and stuff. I asked him one day, hey, can you build an autoresponder to email people? And he's like, yeah. And literally, that was the entire conversation. And like a week later, like no other talk about anything. A week later, he's like, hey, I built that autoresponder. I'm like, oh, let's see it. And we called it Team Responder. Anyway, so we used that to help build our Life Force business with the power line system. So when people come into the power line, we send them emails. And then it got to a point where like we figured out that we can fill this autoresponder with leads, with email address. And this was back when spamming was I don't want to say it was frowned upon, but would get delivered, get through, we'd get very high conversions. So so we would start basically literally spamming people, putting leads in this autoresponder, spamming people to build our Life Force business. And that's where I was getting, I had this fat notebook, Nodder could tell you, that with all the leads that came in from the autoresponder. Yes. And like I'd follow up with them every day until they either signed up or said no. And then that autoresponder, so we actually started allowing people in our Life Force team to use the autoresponder. We're charging $19.95 a month. So Mike, the programmer, could make some money because I didn't have any money to pay him yet. So then we got like 1,500 people on the autoresponder paying $20 a month. So that was like 30 grand a month coming in, which was really cool. And then we started selling people leads to put in the autoresponder. And it was actually, it was like we were making money, which was great, but it was working to help people build and duplicate the Life Force business. And then we actually started building our own power line systems, and we still had the autoresponder. So we were basically doing entire network marketing companies without owning a network marketing company. And that's how we got to Pro Builder Plus, giving people the picks and shovels, the tools that they didn't have. This was in 2006 when the internet was still pretty young. And most companies literally, like the extent of their, trying to keep it short, the extent of their online presence was a corporate replicated website.
Yes.
And so, we gave them like landing pages, so lead capture pages where they can and it was all generic. It's like, hey, learn how to make money from home. And there was some focused on health and wellness, some focused on, because we had all these different companies, like there were like gas and electric companies back then, there were travel companies back then. So we had different landing pages that were generic, but focused on those types of businesses. And so the people can, so for $29.95 a month, that's what we were charging.
Yes.
People get all these they get all these landing pages, the autoresponders. There was some generic, like 5-minute movie intros, like, would you like to make money from home? Are you sick and tired of being, broke and all this stuff? And so the tools were powerful, and they weren't getting them anywhere else. And so there was a lot of value in that. And we put in like 30,000 people in a couple months in that company. People were making money. And the weirdest thing, Nader, is like, and it still kind of seems like this is how people think. They would start asking me, this was like 3 or 4 months in. People would be like, when are you launching another one? Right? And I'm like, why do I want to launch another one? Like, this is helping a lot of people. And they're like, because the system works, it's really cool. I'm like, oh. And so, and then we launched, was Pro Wealth Solutions first or My World Plus?
Pro Wealth Solution, then My World Plus.
What?
Pro Wealth Solution, and then My World Plus.
Okay, so that, I don't know, yeah. So then we launched one called Pro Wealth Solutions, which was very similar in that we were giving people tools, but this one was, and this one, we were charging $34.95 was Pro Wealth Solutions. And I kind of compiled this group of different people that had different kinds of businesses. Like we had a dog walking business. We had a stock trader. We had, what else did we have? Like a travel consultant or something. So we had like 10 or 12 different business ideas in there. People teaching people other ways to make money from home outside of the network marketing industry. Well, that company in itself was a network marketing company. So I always wanted to give people value for what they were, paying because, and I recognize, most people weren't making money in network marketing. I didn't realize it back then. So, you give them value. I guess at the very least, they're not going to lose money. If they use the product, they use the tools, it works. So anyway, that company, I remember we had a merchant account that held like 400,000. If you get a merchant account that's to process credit cards, there's always a limit as to how much you can process. And we started with a $400,000 merchant account. We did 1.2 million the first month on this little $34.95 program. Had to get it, we had scrap. It was cool. I mean, all this stuff was learning experiences. And then we went to My World Plus, where it was a coupon deal, $19.95 a month. People would save more money than they would spend. And you see our leaderboards, and a lot of the same people were on each leaderboard. And a lot of people were like, a lot of you guys were probably in 1 or 2 or 3 or multiple ones of those companies. And it wasn't that I set out to go launch a ton of companies. It's just like it worked. And even, we probably had 8 or 10 companies running at the same time, all still paying commissions, all, still helping people, also profitable, shipping products, some of them. So anyway, the point is, those experiences, most owners that you see in the network marketing industry are first-time owners. And so and that's what Nader was kind of getting at, I think, is that, without the experience that we've been able to have, and quite honestly, not just the experience, but the life lessons like the bankruptcy that taught me how to keep that overhead low. Because when you don't have money to spend, you can't spend money. And so when you have to limit your resources and keep things, I mean, we had one customer service lady, this girl, what was her name? She was a little crazy, but awesome, super hard worker. And I mean, she would,
Kirsten?
I'm standing on my balance board, Ryan. You
Kirsten?
Like this. Here, I'll show you guys what it is.
Oh gosh, here we go.
So, I like to stand up when I do just keeps things flowing, keeps the blood flowing. But anyway, this customer service, I mean, she was working her tail off and loving it and loved us, loved working for us. And then, Ron Michelle back then, who's still with me today, still now our customer service manager, best customer support person you've ever seen in your life. And we're super just lucky to have her on the team. But all that is to say that, those experiences and lessons are what has allowed us to figure all this stuff out and know how to go from day one with literally the highest quality products, the best system ever created, most generous compensation plan, operating on super thin margins, low overhead, and absolutely dominating. That's why, 2 million members, we say it a lot, but I don't know if you guys really truly understand how many people that is and how big a growth that is. I mean, if you're a network marketing company, most network marketing companies never ever even get to 50,000 people, 100,000 people, 100,000 people in a network marketing company I would say is a successful run, is a successful company. We did 20 times that just in 3 years, and we are just getting started. Like, the numbers are growing. Yesterday, 2 weeks ago was the biggest day of the year in Live Good as far as new member signups. Yesterday, we crushed that. Yesterday was the new biggest day of the year in Live Good. And while other companies are struggling and losing volume. So anyway, I hope you guys, it's a cool story. We've been around. I struggled at the beginning, just like everybody. We're able to figure some things out. And because of that, because of just all of those experiences, that's what has allowed Live Good to have the chance that it had. And I think more importantly than that, when you put the mission over the money, the passion over the profit, that's the key. Like, I think that really just that thing right there, mission over money, purpose over profit. Is that what I said? I said passion or purpose, either one, they both work. Is the difference, because most people, you think about starting business, like, why would you start a business? And your answer is going to be to make more money, right? That's not why we started this business. We started this business as a mission to help to fix the network marketing industry, to fix a broken business model. The world is as unhealthy as it's ever been. More people are overweight or obese than any time ever before in history. More people are on prescription medication than any time ever before in history. And people are just not healthy, but they're waking up, they're realizing they need to get better. And at the same time, but there's no options out there. Like, every other supplement brand is either low quality, overpriced, or in most cases, both. And so to give people an opportunity, that's where I was going. And people are also, health spans are going down, lifespans are going down. So this was an opportunity to come, really change the world and help people get healthy, stay healthy, do it in an affordable way, and give them a compensation plan, a new business model that's never been seen or done before in this space, and help people make money. And, with 2 million people, 30% of them in profit, 100% saving money on the highest quality supplements at the lowest prices, obviously it works. So yeah, when Nader says not a lot of people can do it, I don't want to say, anyone can do it, because he's right. It takes a lot of just not just mindset, but tools, resources, experience to be able to put together what we've put together. And I agree. I'm not saying anyone, like, it can't be done, but yeah, there's not a lot of people out there that have our experience, that have our background, that have been through it and figured things out, and really just know business, no network marketing, no supplements, and know how everything works to give us a chance to be successful. And this is still the beginning. When Nader talks about wave 1 versus wave 2, I mean, wave one is still rolling faster than any other company out there in the industry. When we have the biggest day of the year 3 months in, and probably the biggest day in the last 5 or 6 months, if you look back, that's growth. And talk about, guys, when we roll out this co-op, this has been a long week for me. I've been on calls and just approving things and giving feedback. It's been awesome. It's been a very, very productive week moving towards our ultimate goal. And when Nader says that wave 2 is coming, people outside of the network marketing industry, I absolutely agree with that. I mean, we've been seeing that continue to grow, and that's part of the growth that we are seeing. But I still think, you look at the network marketing industry. I talked about this on our opportunity call yesterday, in addition to the no competition thing, is that, I saw this post the other day where this person was talking about, speaking of company, I didn't mention the name of the company yesterday, but there was a company called My Daily Choice, HempWorks. Maybe I did talk about it yesterday. They sold a CBD oil for $79.95 for 500 milligram CBD oil. And this lady posted, she was commenting on someone else's post, oh yeah, I miss their CBD oil. And it's like, well, if you knew that we have higher quality CBD oil, USDA certified organic, like the cleanest, healthiest premium CBD oil on the planet, and not for $79, but for $19.95 for the 1500 milligram and just $14.95 for the 500 milligram. Did I say 15? Yeah. You wouldn't be missing it. Like, the point of that is, what got me so excited about seeing that comment was the fact that that person clearly has been in network marketing and still hasn't heard about Live Good. And when we talk about 2 million people, when there's how many million people in network marketing, not 160 million? What's the number?
Almost 200 million.
200 million people around the world in network marketing. I don't know what the number is in the US. We've got 2 million of them. Like 300,000 or 400,000 people in the United States are in Live Good. The number of people in the network marketing industry who are not having success and need supplements, need a new opportunity, need a business, need something to be part of, don't even know about Live Good and aren't in it yet. Like, that wave, that's still wave 1. And when we roll out this co-op and they'll be able to literally buy customers to build their business and help them grow and build, like, that's never been seen before in the network marketing industry. No company has ever been able to actually make a co-op work. And when people see, when we say they can't unsee it, like, if that lady knew that we had $14.95 CBD oil that she was paying $79.95 for, she wouldn't be missing that CBD oil. Like, she'd be over here excited and probably telling everybody else about it. And so when I see stuff like that, a lot of people, I think that oh, they missed the boat on Live Good. Guys, this is the beginning. This is like, Bitcoin 10 years ago, after people thought they missed that initial run. We haven't hit the real numbers yet. 2 million compared to zero, 2 million is 2 million more than zero. 50 million is 48 million more than 2 million. Like, that's the real growth that we haven't even tapped into yet. And that's where we are. Like the decisions that all the stuff we've been working on this week and really for the past year have been towards that. Because the potential here is not just limited to people in the network marketing industry. It is open to literally everybody in the world. Everybody needs supplements. Everybody wants value. Everybody wants quality. Everyone wants the best price, and there is no competition. Nobody else is doing it. Like if you guys don't think that we are going to at least 20 or 30 million people, I don't know what you're. Yeah, it does. Like I don't know how we can't. But so yeah, that was all really good stuff, Nodrin. I also wrote down a lot of notes while you were talking. I wrote down AI, and the other cool thing, AI is disrupting a lot of different businesses. It is putting a lot of people out of business. It can't replace supplements. It can't make you healthy, right? I mean, I'm just saying there's a lot of, there's so much stuff that we are just perfectly positioned in front of and perfectly aligned with that very few, if any, other companies, especially in the network marketing industry, are really positioned to take advantage of. It's a very rare and special and unique timing and opportunity that what we have here is great. And so I'm going to say this, and I've been trying to keep it very positive today because I feel like I've been bashing a lot. But I'm going to say this. This is just a message to a lot of you guys, because a lot of you guys in the network marketing industry and a lot of people that you guys know continue to follow the same people, company to company, when you haven't made any money. And those people probably aren't either. That's why they keep jumping around. Like if a company is still trying to sell a product for over $50, that's not where the consumer is spending their money. All of those companies, 100%, even companies that are launching today will start going the opposite direction in 2 or 3 months after that initial excitement or hype of their $50 or $80 product. Those companies are losing volume. More companies are going out of business in the network marketing industry today than are launching because that old model is dead. And this is the coolest thing. I'll close it with this. We talk about this a lot. We did not build this company. We didn't create this compensation plan to appeal to the leaders in this industry, to appeal to the top income earners. And that's why at the beginning, they didn't see it. Like Nader said, they were bashing us, saying it will never work because you're not going to attract leaders with that compensation plan. Well, guess what? We have people who have never had success in the network marketing industry making way more money than most leaders out there, if you want to call them leaders, out there, top earners, whatever, in the industry, and long term. Like this income is going to continue to be here in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, when those people have been in another 40 or 50 different companies until they realize, I should have joined LiveGood a long time ago. I need to get in now. I mean, if you've heard about it and you're not getting your products from us, that's just something wrong with you. But from a business opportunity, guys, the window, the potential, the number of people out there in the network marketing industry and outside the network marketing industry is so infinitely ginormous that the opportunity is so wide open right now. So I think a lot of those people who are realizing that. I mean, I have some friends in the industry and they call me all the time. They're like, this company is struggling and they're not doing it right. I'm like, I know. I told you that 2 years ago when you joined. Like, it's but they keep doing it. They're like, this is my buddy. I'm not going to say his name. I've been pretty open with names today, but I asked him, I'm like, what if this company goes out of business? What are you going to do? It's like, I'm a network marketer. Just like a doctor's a doctor, a lawyer's a lawyer. I'm a network marketer. I'm going to go find another network marketing opportunity. And This is a guy that does the same thing. I mean, he gets a deal from the company, whether it's a binary, he gets a leg, maybe he gets a performance bonus. Sometimes he gets straight cash just to come over. And his downline doesn't know. So my point, my message is stop following people who are just dragging you company to company. Okay. You look at, this was created to help the average person. And that's what's happening. And so and the people who have broken away from those leaders and have joined LiveGood without them are having more success than they ever had with those leaders. And in most cases, more success than those leaders themselves. So until you're willing to break away from the traditional network marketing gurus and top earners and heavy hitters and big fish and whales or whatever you want to call them and do what's actually working, you're going to see the same results. So I'll leave it at that. But yeah, we are absolutely rocking. We are 100% focused, pedal to the metal, fuel on the fire to get to that 50 million members in the next few years. And I have no doubt. I mean, maybe not 50. I have no doubt we'll get to 20. I have very little doubt we'll get to 30 and very little doubt we'll get to 50. I mean, I think what we have with even if we stopped creating new products here, just our lineup right now, we've got like 50 products, life-changing products, many just fundamental, basic, everyday products that you absolutely need. And then some really cool stuff that also I think falls into that category of need, but also, that you could build an entire company around that are more exotic and unique and exciting that that'll attract a lot of people as well. And I'm still, Dr. Ryan will talk about some of the other stuff. We got Common and Parasite Cleanse, the NAD strips. We get those back in stock. I mean, people are asking for those. Just cannot wait. And I think our overnight oats meal replacement is going to be awesome as well. So, all right, I'm going to stop. Talked a long time. Hope you guys got some value, or at least learned a little bit about me, about us, about our history, how this company came to be, and maybe a little bit about the network marketing industry as well.